And good evening, everyone. This is the David and Chuck Show, and football is back in beautiful Waynesville, North Carolina, historic C.E. Weatherby Stadium, Doug Brooks Field. First game back after basically a month off with the open date and the the aftermath of the hurricane. So, welcome, Chuck. It's good to see you, my friend.
Well, it's good to see you. It's good to hear the background music of the stadium. It's a beautiful Friday night here in Winston-Salem. I'm sure it's beautiful up there in the mountains. How fitting for high school football to get back on the field.
It's absolutely gorgeous out here tonight, and uh, bad things can happen. I'm on the 42nd clock tonight as an emergency fill-in. So when you hear bad things, it's probably me. so
Well,
uh, so anyway, a lot's going to happen. You and I and Jonathan. Uh, I would say that he's a little bit tense tonight. Would you say that?
yeah, but that's to be expected. He's worked hard. He's worked hard behind the scenes to make this happen, to get this going. And he wants his boys. He don't care who. Bring down the Detroit Lions, and Jonathan will take Tuscola's football team out there and play them. If you can't get on this field, he'll find some field to get on it, find some sacred acre, and put lines
Yeah.
down. He'll play him. He will do anything. So yes, he's a little tense and he's a little you know high strung right now, but that's to be expected.
What is that? My wife. It was my fiance at the time. Her mama had a 36-day wind up clock, and they told me you're wound up tighter than a 36-day clock. And the little text that we got from Jonathan about an hour ago was that's like I don't know if there's a 72-day clock, but I think that that's probably how he's wound up tighter than a 72-day clock because I'd have punched him if I'd have been around him. But
Yeah, right now he's just you let him get in his element.
yeah,
He'll calm down and
yeah,
everything will be fine. Not one of us on our text group was offended. So
I
I mean,
was.
well, you're dad. You're the only one that responded.
No, I just wanted to punch him in the face, but that's a
I
different
understand
story.
that went because I always tick off everybody. I'm like, okay, I
Yeah.
pissed somebody off now.
So anyway, football. Uh, and we talked on the phone a little bit this morning, and I've been rushed all day, and I know that you are doing multiple things down there all day, and I, if I sat here and told you that I knew a lot about East Henderson, Chuck, it would be a lie. And I told you that I hope I can, you'll get something for us tonight for pregame about East Henderson. So
Well,
I hate to put you on the
no,
spot, but
yeah,
but I
we have a little. We have a
okay.
little knowledge, just like we have a little knowledge on everybody else. But it comes at time when you look at this situation. We don't know what we're dealing with. What the product is going to be put out there between East Henderson and Tuscola. Are they going to have all their players? East Henderson's had to wind down with no JV now because coming back off the hurricane, they don't have all their players.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's a sad story, but all these coaches, all these great coaches in Western North Carolina are trying to bring back some semblance of normal life for their kids and play
Yes, sir.
football with kids. By the way, did you get a package from Michigan?
That was a big part of what I'm going to talk about tonight. I need you to know that a grown man, I pulled up here early, you know me, I pulled up early and I had 5 boxes of, now listen to me now, and everybody, not used stuff and I had 5 boxes of top of the line athletic clothing. I'm talking about top of the line sweatshirts, top of the line hoodies, top of the line the sweat wicking shorts from Flint, Michigan, from Mr. Kevin Fibernitz and Kick It Again Sports. He sent 5 boxes. He paid for this stuff out of his own pocket. He took it out of his store. And I know how much shipping costs me to ship packages, just a little envelope to Greenville, South Carolina. And there's more boxes on the way. And I want you to know that Casey Connor, the principal, I just saw him up here in the press box, and he said that they're not going to put them out here tonight to distribute for people to pick through. He is taking them, actually sorting them out and taking them individually to the families that have nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to cry here tonight in front of people, but that's for Kevin to be up there and give a damn about us here means the world to me, because what she, you know what I'm saying? For him to do that, and that not only was that a few $1,000s worth of clothing, but I'll guarantee you the shipping was close to $1,000.
He's always been that way.
Mr. Hall of
Always been that.
Fame.
And if you want to know, when we talk about my dad, you you look at my brother Kevin, and you see so much of my dad in him. That's what he doesn't talk a lot, but he does a lot. So, and that doesn't surprise me. When he told me he was going to, he was doing this, he needed your address. I said, get a hold of them. I don't know where what their situation is. He'll tell you where to ship it. And he shipped, he took a picture of it. And if it's a storage room, it was 4 and 5 high and then like 5 wide. And I'm like, he's shipping that group today, and then tomorrow he's shipping the next group.
It's unreal, unreal, unreal. And let me say this: our when I say our community, I'm talking about Western North Carolina, and I'm talking about down at the eastern part of Tennessee. I've had to be down in eastern Tennessee during this thing too. The response from your neighbors, the response from people that you don't know, the response from everybody, from the federal, local, and state governments, from just people that live next door, has been unbelievable. I cannot explain to people. Uh, I'm, the worst thing that happened with us on a personal level was Janet got stuck up on the mountain on Friday, and she was the only person up on the mountain. And by the time I left the office to go get her at like 8:05 in the morning, they blocked me, and said you can't go. It's flooding. They had already barricaded, and I went back 3 different times. And at like 2 o'clock, I went back and I told the guy, I said, "Listen, I'm going to get her, and you and I hope we can stay friends, but I'm not turning around this time." And he moved the barricade and he let me go up there and get her. The worst thing that happened to us was we lost power, we lost water, and everybody in Western North Carolina lost your services, your ability to communicate. We got to figure that out. But man, when you see these people, Chuck, that have lost everything they've ever had, but everything they've ever had, their homes, their cars, their clothes, their dogs, family members, and that is from Old Fort to Newport, Tennessee, to all the way up to Irwin, Tennessee, and everything in Western North Carolina. So
Well,
the response has been phenomenal, and I think I'm gonna let you talk here in a second. I just want to, well, I've got that COVID brain, and it'll leave me if I don't say it. Uh, when I walked in the gate a little bit ago, because I got here really early, you know me, and I was just sitting in my truck because Coach Matthews is in Florida, so I'm by myself, and Janet doesn't like to ride with me to the games. And I'm walking in the gate, and this lady stops me. She goes, "Mr. Crompton." I say, "Yes, ma'am." She goes, "We need this more than any day since the first day we played after 9/11. That's how important tonight is for every community, for our community, but for every single community that is affected by this. Tonight means that much. And that goes back to where I know my pride in how hard Jonathan and Josh Brooks worked to make this happen. Because I'm telling you, this was not going to happen.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So a lot of effort went in. Uh, People, I have a college, teammate text string, a large group, and along with my brother on a separate one with some up in Michigan. And from the start, from the get go, it was constantly, what do you know? What's going on? And for 3, 4 days, I'm like, I mean, I can tell you down here, we're not hurt. We had a little rain, but forecast of flooding. But then people, they won't let us pass 77 to go up and help.
Yeah.
And um, and so they were like, what can we do? Well, I mean, I don't know right now. Stand by until I get further north. I don't even know some of my
Yeah.
there. And Kevin just absolutely just said enough. I'm make this. It'll get somehow, somewhere, someday, it will get in there. And I thought that was taking an awful risk and an expensive investment because
Yeah.
that package together, not knowing the boxes, the U-Haul shipment, whatever it is, it got
Yeah.
to a point where like
Well, let me.
that may never
Can,
get to.
can we do? Yeah. Let me do this, Chuck, because I'm going to lose you in a few minutes. I can kind of tell.
All right,
All right, let's talk. Can we talk football real quick? Let's talk
sure.
football. All right. You put yourself. You put yourself as the Tuscola coach tonight. Playing a game you don't really know. I mean, a game you're supposed to win. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So do you come out tonight and you just again, this is not a matter of showing and scouting anymore. You got 3 games in 7 days. So what do you do? Do you pound it? Do you run your regular stuff? What talk to me offensively and defensively on what you do if you're the man tonight.
I get my kids all suited up in the pads and put on the uniform that they proudly wear and say, "Boys, just go play." This tonight's fun. Tonight is. I think we'll win this game if you go and just play the best that you can play. I'm not
Yes.
going to raise mortal Cain. I'm not. I'm happy we're finally playing, and so boys, just go out and have some fun. We're back. That's where I'm at on that. I
There you
think
go. Okay.
Jonathan is just absolutely saying,
Okay.
look, you know what? We're going to walk through things. We'll get ready the best we can. But the bottom line is that just go play, boys, and have fun.
Okay. So let me do this, Chuck. You and I will talk after the game. Are you? And I'm not putting you on the spot at all. But do you anticipate being able to do the scoreboard, or is that just we aren't going to be able to do that?
No, I can. What I've got to do is put it together because this totally, we talked about the season, and when Jonathan kept talking about, well, we play Franklin Tuesday and then West Henderson at West Henderson on Friday. I thought you all starting up on Tuesday, but here's the
Yeah.
thing: what you talked about, the communication. You get bits and pieces. So we're starting up. I will get it going. Maybe like 7:45 before scores are put in, but I'll have you scores.
Give me your prediction. I always ask.
Tuscola 7, East Henderson 6.
All right, brother. And why do you do this? Why do you do it? You've got the people. I'm in the press box because and they're laughing. They're all going. That's Chuck. That's
I
Chuck. That's
don't
Chuck.
know.
They're just laughing. They're laughing at you.
You know the.
Bob from the sports store's down here. He's going, man. Chuck's just a turd.
I know. I, I,
They're dying. Oh my God.
Hey, Tuscola
But
score will have a 7 in it, and
no,
Henderson score will have a 6 in it.
okay, that's a good. I appreciate that's a good prediction.
But
Uh, we got a
but
busy week. We've got a coaches show tomorrow morning. We'll have a coaches show Wednesday. We'll have a coaches show next Saturday. We'll have a preview show Tuesday. We'll have a preview show Friday. And now that we're back with the internet, we'll have the Dave and Chuck show on Thursday. So we've got a busy week ahead. And Chuck, I appreciate it, and talk to you. I'll talk to you as the night goes on.
right. All right, bud.
Okay. All right, bud. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Everybody have a good night. Get out to the stadium. Come see us.